What's up, everybody? King Triple C here, the Olympic champion, flyweight champion, the bantamweight champion of the world. And I got a public service announcement to all you wannabe MMA casuals or MMA fans for that reason. You guys make sure to listen to my boy Story of the Fight with Will and Miro. What's up, Barry?
What up, Will?
What up, what up?
Welcome, everybody, to Story of the Fight. My name is Merab. That's my boy, Will. This is where we talk all things combat sports. Today, we're going to talk about UFC 323 and One Fight Night 38. But before we do, I want to remind everybody, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It goes a long way. Before you go through and you start searching us in the social medias or all the other avenues, Will, you know what I forgot to mention?
What's that?
Was that Triple C on the intro?
The legend?
Oh, man, Triple C giving us a shout-out saying to watch Story of the Fight. Oh, man, we're going to talk about Triple C as well, but Will, let everybody know how else they can find us, huh?
Yeah, just go to storyofthefight.com. It'll list all our socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Twitch. We're everywhere. Social media. Blue Sky, Mastodon, all of them. If there's a social media, search Story of the Fight, hit follow. So you can stay up to date with us, you chat with us behind the scenes. And then, yeah, if you want to just listen to the podcast, you don't want to watch it, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts, if you just want the audio. But we're going to be showing some pictures. We're going to be showing some clips. So we highly recommend watch here on YouTube. And if you're here on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button right now if you're watching, and also subscribe because that helps us. And you want to help us.
That's right. That's right, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why I always mention Blue Sky. I've never even downloaded. I don't have it.
I do, just for the podcast.
Yeah.
Threads, come on.
But hey, dude, we have a lot to cover. Again, we're going to be covering UFC 323 and One Fight Night 38. There are so many fun fights. Look, Will, usually, you'll send us Rich a Casual, and you'll send us a screenshot. Like, hey, these are the fights that we should probably cover. There's so many fun fights to talk about that you're like, I don't know if we have enough time.
Yeah, it was like, no matter what you do, we have to leave some fights off. But, it's tough when they're all good.
That's right. That's right. What a way to close out the ESPN era, by the way, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, we still got a fight night next, but pay-per-views.
Pay-per-views, at
pay-per-view
least.
era for sure.
Streamies can rest easy now, right?
Streamies,
knowing that
you done good.
Yeah,
you know that meme of the Grim Reaper with the dog, and they're like, "It's time." He's like, "Was I a good boy?" And he's like, "No, the best boy." That's Streamies.
That's Streamies too. They were the best boy. They were the best boy. But yes, look, UFC 323. We had Petr Yan versus Merab Dvalishvili, dude. The rematch, right?
Yeah.
And some people would say that the script was flipped.
The script was flipped. Well, it depends what script you're looking at, because to set the table, this was Merab. He's fighting a guy he's already beat, and he pretty much, it was just an onslaught of takedowns. It's like almost 50 takedown attempts from Merab in the first fight. Petr was pretty much stuck defending the entire fight. You're like, how much different can it be, right? Because we've seen Merab continue to do that to everybody.
With the pace.
But the big thing, and this is not to excuse anything. I think Petr Yan did just an incredible performance. But Merab was shooting for the stars here, trying to make history, I should say. Trying to be the first person. Was it 4 title fights? 4 title defenses in 1 year?
That's crazy.
He just fought in October with his 3rd title defense, and he's like, let's do it. Let's do December. I want 4. I want to make history. Maybe there's a reason it's never been done before. And I'm not saying that
was it too much activity, or was it just Petr Yan that
I think it's
well?
Everything. I'm not saying, I don't want to take anything away from Petr Yan. I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses for Merab, because Petr Yan fought a perfect fight, and
he did.
And Merab didn't look diminished or anything like that, right? But still making the weight 4 times in a year, championship weight 4 times in a year, and then we see him get hurt to the body multiple times throughout the fight. Maybe it's part of it. I'm not saying it's the only reason or anything like that, but there's a reason it's never been done before. And if you look at all these champions, so many people were talking about Merab as this might be the guy who does break these title defense records like Demetrius Johnson, Anderson Silva, John Jones, all these guys. But the difference is those guys fought like twice a year.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm not saying that's the only reason they were able to do it. They were obviously, they're the greats, right? They're like they're the elites. They're the best, the legends. But it's got to be hard, man. It's got to be
sure.
hard.
And they talk about not just the fights, man, but the grueling pace that he keeps with training, right? Like he's running miles. He's fighting 5-round sparring matches the day of the fight.
Yes.
Hey, shout out Austin.
Says Merab's still my guy, and I hope he will make the adjustments for the rematch. But dang, what a performance from Jan! This is why damage should always be a fighter's goal over control. Damage wins fights. Perfect. And I just wanted to get that other stuff out of the way about Merab. And if you would like to, I'd like to transition to talk about how excellent Petr Yan was in this fight. I just wanted to get that out of the way and not forget it, and not forget to mention it. But that being said, all that aside, Petr Yan fought a fucking phenomenal fight. The perfect
game plan. Perfect game plan. And he prepared the takedown defenses as well, right? Shout out Anakinski MMA. What a great card this was. Absolutely. We're just talking about how it was a great way to end the pay-per-view era through ESPN. So
this is how you know Ramiro isn't into sci-fi or anything like that, because he just read this as Anakinski instead of Anakin Sky, like Anakin Skywalker MMA.
Anakin Sky MMA. That makes a lot more sense then.
That makes a lot.
Who is Anakin, anyways?
Who even knows, right? But I know who Petr Yan is,
dude.
Oh my god! One of the most complete martial artists on the roster, without a doubt. And he always has been. We've always spoken so highly about Petr Yan, but like his record doesn't show how good he is. You know, he like drops random fights, and you're like, whoa. Like Petr Yan should have won that fight, should have beat that, I mean, he's just so complete. Like you said, the takedown defense, he's out there.
His boxing, we've already known about his boxing for a while, right?
Dude, how about the little like fake left hook and then off the feint throws the body kick? So he gets your high guard for the left hook and then bam, the body kick's right on your liver. Oh my God, that's clean, dude.
Yeah, the way he mixed it up was very good. But again, I think for the first time, we really saw Merab trying to figure out like what's next, right? Because even when he's putting in pressure, you saw a couple rounds where he put no pressure in, and he was just trying to figure out what to do on his feet, trying to strike. And I mean, Petr Yan was kind of picking him apart, and you saw by the end of the fight, he wore it.
Oh, bad. Well, the first round, I thought Merab was winning the first round off volume, and I was like, man, he's striking with him a little too long for my liking. I get it. You want to strike with them enough to make them think we're in a striking match, and then you throw the takedowns. But I was like, man, it's getting a little long here with the striking. I'd like to see Merab shoot. And then bam, Petr cracks him with his long overhand right that I thought broke his jaw, because ever since then he was just like the whole fight just stretching out his jaw constantly, and I'm like, oh, I think he has a broken jaw. And then I was like, man, I don't know if you give that round to Merab or Petr, because Petr cracked him at the end. That's the closest to finishing the fight, but Merab was like, I thought Merab was winning the first round up until that. And then he mixed in the grappling and stuff, which he's just such a master at. But man, Petr just stonewalled him.
Yeah, and Anakinski too. Those scrambles from Young were impressive.
Well, so that was the crazy thing. So at one point later in the fight, Petr takes down Merab. Merab hits a Granby roll to out-scramble him and end up on top. And I was like, you're not going to out-scramble Merab. You might be able to take him down or defend his takedowns if you're really good, right? Jose Aldo, Petr Yan.
Yep.
But you're not going to out-scramble him. And then Petr Yan hit the Granby.
Yeah.
And then out-scrambled him. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Absolutely. And Rich, if you go back one, I think this is like the biggest takedown that Merab had the entire fight, right? But the biggest thing is he slams him down. And I want to say like 5 seconds later, he was back up. Petr was back up.
Even when he was getting takedowns, he was right back up. And this was right after Petr Yan slammed him and dumped him on his head, which I thought knocked him out for a split second too. When he dropped Merab, because Merab had him in like a guillotine kind of up against the fence, standing guillotine. And Petr just reaches down, picks him up, dumps him on his head, and he kind of like went limp for a second. And I was like, no fucking way. Imagine he KO'd Merab of all people with wrestling.
Oh yeah.
But then, and Merab was never out of this fight. That's the crazy part. Petr Yan had to be perfect the whole time. The whole time.
And he did it.
How do you... And he did. And he was.
Right? Yeah, Merab's face looked like ketchup, says Anakinski.
I mean, it's perfect. A broken nose, maybe broken... It looked like he had a broken jaw. The liver... Talk about the liver kicks. Talk about the body shots, can you? Just real quick.
Oh. Talk about the body shots?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what do you want me to cover? Other than the you had mentioned it, the setups, right? Going to the body, then going back up top, making him drop his guard. So Petr, right? I just feel overall did a really good job of round after round mixing it up, so that Merab stayed off balance the entire fight.
Yeah, and the body kick was sick. He ended up going high with it at one point, kicked him in the head, knocked him off balance. Also, can we talk about the chin of Merab? I mean, he got hurt 3 or 4 times in this fight and stayed with it up until the end. I mean, it was just
one of the best chins, dude.
And he's no Marvin Vettori, but
and we won't necessarily talk about Marvin Vettori, but yes, one of the best chins out there for with Merab.
Yeah, and I think the craziest thing, the toughness for Merab was he didn't have the poker face from these body shots. Like the body kick, when he got hurt with that body kick, he legitimately grabbed here and screamed after. And I was like, oh, it's over. You don't get to mentally will yourself through. Like if you take a nasty liver shot, your body shuts down. It's not your choice. You don't choose to have your body seize up. It does.
Yeah, we've seen it plenty of times, and sometimes there's that 2-3 second delay where they're like, "Oh, my body's shut down," and they just drop to the ground after, right?
Yeah,
but
somehow
if anybody could do it,
Merab
Dvalishvili
3 times.
Merab, what an animal, dude!
Just incredible.
What were the final scores? Do you remember?
It did remind me of Bilal versus JD. Yeah, I mean, such a great fight, both of them. But all 3 judges gave Merab the first round. One judge gave him the second round. Every other round was Petr Yan. And one of the things that DC was talking about was he said it multiple times, and he's not wrong. I don't think he was wrong. He was like, you're not going to win rounds 4 and 5 against Merab. You have to win rounds. You have to sprint for the first 3 rounds. Win the first 3 rounds, because nobody wins 4 and 5 against Merab. His cardio is too crazy. The pace he pushes is too crazy. You're not going to win those. Fucking Petr Yan on all 3 judges. He won those rounds. And then, how about
shot there?
I know, it's crazy, dude. And how about I think we can show it.
Oof.
Let me see real quick. Let me see if I can find this. I think we can show the finish of the fight, I believe. 1 second.
By the way, did you see the news of Merab saying that he was dealing with some type of virus and then also had a broken hand going into this fight?
Has he? I have not heard that.
Yep, it came out. I'm pretty sure, Rich, see if you could find it somewhere. But I'm pretty sure I read somewhere
Rich on all kinds of missions.
Yeah.
Anakin just said, was Yan injured against Merab in the first fight? In this one, he looked completely healthy. He did say that he had a broken hand in the first fight.
Is this Yan?
Petr Yan in the first fight. But how crazy was...
Anakinski saying that account was fake that said that, so that might have been not legit then.
Oh, the one that said Merab was injured or something?
I think that's the one he's talking about.
Yeah, I haven't heard that. But this, dude, the finale of the fight, if this didn't encapsulate the entire thing, Merab's down on the scorecards. Clearly, he's trying to land the big shot on Petr, and with 10 seconds left, Petr hits this takedown was beautiful. It was just the culmination of just a masterclass performance from Petr Yan, of really the most elite sprawl and brawl performance I might have ever seen. I don't know if we've ever seen a sprawl and brawl performance this elite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Robbie Lawler had a couple the first Rory McDonald fight and the second Johnny Hendricks fights are pretty elite sprawl and brawl fights of just defending takedowns and then damage while you can. But this one, I mean, nobody beats Merab like this. You get stuck on defense because he keeps shooting. You don't get to land offense.
Yep.
And he forced it.
And again, man, the single leg where he tries to do that single leg drag, Dvalishvili, which seems to work over and over and over again. Petr, just using that left arm to push like hard on Merab as he's trying that single leg drag and just getting out of it. He goes with it for the single leg again, goes for the inside trip while he's holding that single leg. And I don't know how the heck Petr, man, his balance was able to stay up. Dude, again, so many different things that just impressed me throughout the entire night.
What was the let me see really quick, because I think at one point it was like 2 takedowns for Merab out of like 30 or something like that he landed.
Jeez.
And we saw that the first fight, Petr Yan was able to defend a lot of those takedowns in the first fight, but he got stuck defending. In this one, how do you defend that many takedowns and still have time to land offense?
Yep. Great preparation going in, man.
Yeah, 2 out of 29 was Merab on takedowns.
That's crazy.
6% takedown accuracy.
Wow.
That's crazy. 5 of 9
man.
for Petr Yan, by the way.
Well, again, beautiful performance, Petr Yan. Congratulations. Do you do the trilogy now, Will?
I don't know if you do it now, but we have to see the trilogy. What I think the UFC will probably do, they have 2 options. If Sean O'Malley beats Song Yadong in January, Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley 2 for the belt. That's probably what they'll do, just because this new Paramount era.
What if Song beats Sean O'Malley?
Merab trilogy.
Yeah?
Yeah, they won't do Petr Yan versus Song Yadong 2 for the belt, I don't think. But I think if O'Malley wins, I think they would do that. I'm not saying that's what I would do. I'm just saying I could very well see the UFC doing that.
Makes sense. All right. And then Anna Kinski asking real quick, do you think the weight cuts got to Merab being so active? Again, culmination of things, right?
Yeah. Who knows how much it got to him, but I gotta think him getting hurt to the body 3 times, and he made championship weight 4 times this year. One of them was 2 months ago. It has to take a toll. I don't know how much, but it's part of it. It's part of the whole thing. But I don't want to take anything away from Petr Yan. This was one of the best challenger performance in a title fight history.
Ooh.
With Conor McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez is probably number 1 for me. Cody Garbrandt versus Dominic Cruz. TJ Dillashaw versus Renan Barao. Petr Yan versus Merab. I mean, it's up there.
And then last question he asked here about this fight, Yan versus Zahabi. Any possibilities?
I think they're going to make Zahabi fight again.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Zahabi title shot, just because I think that dude has, despite very obvious odds, he has won very difficult fights, and I would like to see him be rewarded for that, but I don't think the UFC is too keen on delivering that reward.
All right, well, we'll see what's next for Petr Yan. I'm sure that, like to your point, if Sean O'Malley wins the next fight, that's just the obvious one to make for entertainment factor.
Yes, which we know is what they are going to be favoring in this new era.
And Austin saying, not to take away from Yan, but honestly, there's no way. Oh, it disappeared. Is it still there for you?
No, I did not see it. Shout out Austin anyways, though.
Yeah. I think he was trying to say, though, that it's got to take a toll on his body, right?
Look, no one's ever done it before.
Yeah.
It's never been done.
All right. Let's move on, man. We had a co-main event as well.
Did we?
This was a co-main event that everybody was hyped for. We had Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Joshua Van, the underdog coming in, had been on a tear. Versus Alexandre Pantoja, who's also been on a tear for the flyweight title.
God damn it, dude. God damn it, this sucked. And you know why this sucked? Even in the 20 seconds we got, it was clearly going to be a banger.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, right off the bat. Pantoja is so fucking cool, man. You think, oh, he's a jiu-jitsu guy. Dude, he's out there blasting off the jump, dude. And Joshua Van is there for it. He's ready for it. I mean, fucking 20 seconds in, and they're already cracking each other, landing high kicks.
Yeah, and
fucking hell,
look,
man.
there's a bunch of people that are saying, hey, not a real win. What do you think, Will?
Well, let's get into it. So yeah, Pantoja walks across the cage, hits him with the right hand. Josh Van hits him with the left hand. Both big shots. Hits him with that knee as he comes up. Pantoja cracks him with the high kick, which I think is the next picture. Bam. Josh Van just eats that, catches it, and then now we can watch the footage. Or we just,
Maybe.
Let's just show it. We probably don't need to watch it, right? We've seen it all a million times. They kept showing it on the fucking replay.
Yep.
But he goes to dive away, and he posts on his left hand there. He posts on both hands, and it just fucking goes out, dude.
Ugh.
It goes out.
Disgusting.
It's not good. Tatsuro Taira was sitting cage side with Dana and Hunter Campbell, and he was shocked because he was like, there goes my title shot. Well, maybe he still gets it. We'll talk about it. But, I mean, that was everybody. Everyone was like, no fucking way, dude. Because it was such a banger up until that.
Anonymous saying a win is a win. Shout out Anonymous. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, shout out Anonymous.
Austin saying the replays were excessive. Really effing gross. Crazy. He was on a generational run. Set to surpass DJ soon, and then it ends like this. Brutal sport. Hot take, though. Not a fluke. And Akinski also saying Van caused the injury. Evie A42 ill. I'm guessing that is the Evie that's joining us. Shout out Evie. But yes, look, I'm with you, Evie. Ill, but stars, because to me, that was a big win. That was earned. The way that he ate it, but then to hold on to the leg. And if you watch the video, he pushes Pantoja down as he's going down, causing additional force on the fall, which who knows? If he wouldn't have done that, would the shoulder have separated? We just don't know. But we do know the shoulder did separate.
Elbow,
shoulder.
They said shoulder.
Why were the doctors saying shoulder?
An idiot, dude. The UFC doctors are horseshit.
Yes. Are we gonna show the video? There, shove. There it is.
It's not like the fight started and he took a few steps and he rolled his ankle and went down. This wasn't. Yeah, it wouldn't have happened if he just ate that high kick and then bounced back and he brought the leg back down. No problem. But because Josh Van grabbed it and he lifted it up, and as he pulled away, he pushed him, like you said. He caused it. It sucks.
Yes.
It sucks.
And Dom Cruz coming out and saying, that the fighter should really have a choice to continue or not. But the thing is that Pantoja did have a choice, and he said, I can't continue. Like, he waved him off.
He clearly was like, no. Continue.
Don't hit me. No.
Very obviously, hey, my arm's fucked. Let's call this now. I don't want to continue.
Pretty obvious. So I don't know why the take would come out of like, hey, fighters should have a choice. Well, he made the choice. And he said, I don't want to continue. And there's nothing wrong with that.
We've had the option to set it back in and stuff. And it's like, in between rounds, not 20 seconds into the first round, they're not going to stop it so he can put his arm back in place and then restart the fight. That's not going to happen. Like, what the fuck?
Austin saying big respect to Van for not punching him in the face full force. So 100%.
Yes.
Very respectful, classy from Van.
Banana slips happen at any given time. Look.
Yeah, and like Mario Kart all the time.
All the time, dude. Remember Double Dash?
Oh, yeah,
dude. Had the big banana.
Yeah. Cool. That was so good.
So good. But yeah, props to Josh Van. Look, this is a fight that he earned. Like, I mean, that Brandon Royval fight on 4 days notice, and he takes the Brandon Royval, probably the fight of the year, and drops him with 20 seconds left in the fight, where it's like it could
neck
be
and neck.
It's all coming down to this, and he drops him. I mean, just unreal. And to get the title shot, to win this fight. He won the fight. I know some people are pissed. I know some people are pissed about the way he's celebrated.
He was excited. He just became champion of the world.
The second youngest champ of all time. And you know who didn't care about that?
Pantoja.
Yeah.
He
puts out a video saying, who gives a fuck? Come on. If he doesn't
James
care.
Kendrick, perfect timing with the question. He said, is it valid that people are mad at Van for celebrating? He won. He became champion. He's going to get the largest paydays of his career coming up here.
Here's the thing. When they first put the belt on him, he was going crazy. I knew people were going to be pissed. But my immediate thought was, I'm sure he was like, I feel kind of bad for Pantoja. Obviously, that sucks. And I'm sure he would have rather like an actual like knockout or something like that. But dude, when you're 24 years old and they're putting the belt around you, what like that guy needs to stay composed. Fuck out of here, dude. He's a 24-year-old. They're putting the belt on him. That's crazy.
Dude, even for people that are not 24, how about a 32-year-old person that's been grinding since the age of like 18 or 30 or 20? I mean, and they finally get the title. Can they not celebrate when they get it?
I know. Look, I get why people, and I know Pantoja has a lot of fans. Yeah, this is the other thing. Anakin says they definitely had bets on Pantoja. Yeah, people bet on Pantoja. That's the worst part about this whole thing. It's like you never really know if someone's take is like spoiled or poisoned by I lost money on this fight. But it's unfortunate the way this happened, just because I really wanted to see this matchup. And like Austin was saying earlier, Pantoja's on the verge of a generational run at flyweight, and there's like contenders for him to fight. So it does kind of suck it's kind of an unceremonious way for that run to end.
Yeah.
But there's a new dawn. You know what I mean? And it's time for Josh Van to go to Japan and defend the belt against Tatsuro Taira. And it's going to be fucking awesome. And in the meantime, Pantoja, he'll be back.
James saying he was scolded by a guy that told him it's disrespectful to celebrate Van because he picked and bet Pantoja.
No, you're not crazy. That's I understand why people would be upset at that. I'm a huge Pantoja fan. I'm a big Josh Van fan, but I'm a very big Pantoja fan. And
I said it on TikTok for anybody that doesn't follow the TikTok story of the fight. But yes, that video where I was like, man, going into this, I was thinking to myself, Van, right? The underdog, the last fights he's been in have been extremely fun. It'd be nice, second youngest champion ever. Like the storyline's there, right? And then I watched that video on Pantoja and what he's gone through to get where he's at. And I remember that post-fight interview where he says, Dad, are you proud of me now, Dad? And all these different things.
Oh, God.
How can you not root for this guy?
Yeah.
I was going Pantoja, dude. It broke my heart to see it end the way it did. And I didn't bet on it. I had no parlay on this.
No. And I'm excited to see what they do with Josh Van. I think they do the Tatsuro fight. Anakin says, how do you think Pantoja will come back from this? It really depends. The UFC doctor said it was a dislocated shoulder. They're idiots. Pantoja's team have come back and said, no, it's not a dislocated shoulder. It's the elbow. They'll get that fully checked out. I'm not sure what kind of like ligament damage there is. I'm hoping that it's just a dislocation. It immediately makes me think of Jamal Hill against Paul Craig. When Jamal Hill ripped his elbow out of socket, it looked like he snapped his arm in half, and it was flailing around while Paul Craig was beating the shit out of him. And we were like, well, that could be career ending. And
no, he was partying that same night with Paul Craig.
He was partying that same night, and he knocked out Jimmy Cruz 6 months later. So I'm hoping Pantoja, and that was way worse than what just happened to Pantoja, at least seemingly. You never know until you look inside, but I'm hoping he comes back.
Do you think they rush Van back in there
ASAP? I think they do Josh Van versus Tatsuro soon.
Like very soon, right?
I think so.
I mean, he was in there for 26 seconds.
Give me April. Give me March.
Yeah, let's do it. That. Yeah. That'd be a fun one too. Yeah, you think Tatsuro takes that one?
Man, what a fight! This division,
right?
Dude.
All right. Look, we're talking about Tatsuro Taira. It's a perfect segue, I think, to go into the next fight, which was Tatsuro Taira versus Brandon Moreno.
Oh man, let's watch the finish real quick, and then we can talk about it.
Okay, here we go. He's flattening him out. Moreno still trying to get up on all fours, right? And then he starts trying to turn, and then Murgliata stops him. Moreno right away.
That was Mark Smith.
Was it Mark Smith? Of course it was Mark Smith. Of course. What a night for Mark Smith.
What a night for Mark
What a night for Mark Smith. Right
Give him a
away,
bonus.
Moreno sits up right away and is protesting the stoppage.
Yes. But this was such a cool match. This division's so good, you know, and Tatsuro's been rising and Moreno's been trying to get back to title contention. And man, how cool. Like, there's another world where Josh Van beats Pantoja, Brandon Moreno beats Tatsuro, and we get Brandon Moreno versus Josh Van. Like, oh my, could you imagine the boxing in that fight? Oh, but I think this is a more interesting matchup style-wise. But yeah, immediately Tatsuro shoots on Brandon, not immediately, but pretty close to immediately. Brandon basically just strongmans him and takes him the other way, ends up in this weird like inverted triangle type mode. Joe Rogan's talking about how close it is for 4 minutes until the round ends because it was never actually close because the lock was on the wrong side at one point for the whole first half of the triangle. Second round, Tatsuro's so good at disguising his takedowns, you know, because his grappling is really good, but it's not like he's like a, you know, he's not like a DC level wrestler or anything, but he's so good at like, he'll feint in and then he'll come up. And then he'll feint in, come up with like a knee to the body, and then he's back out. And then that time he actually shoots. And you're like, man, he's slick. But yeah, he ends up taking his back. Moreno survives a bit. And then the ground and pound. I know you were pissed. You texted
I was
me.
pissed. I was pissed. And look, part of the reason is I think Austin says it on here, or was it who else was it? Maybe anonymous. It was Anakinski. Where he says, I can see where Mark Smith is coming from. He didn't want Moreno to get more damage. But at the same time, this is an important fight on the line, especially a former champ like Moreno.
I get that. And I'm going to play devil's advocate right now. And this is difficult for me to do, but I want to just for the sake of the show.
Do it.
I mean, I have a signed Brandon Moreno glove right behind me. He's one of my boys.
I know how you feel about Moreno.
Look, he was taking the punches. And when he went down, he went to turn, right? But he went down on one shoulder to then turn around to give up to go full mount, basically. And I think Mark Smith saw that as him going limp. And that's probably why he stopped it. That's point number one. Yes. Point number two, I don't necessarily know if we should give people more or less of a chance just because of who they are. You know what I mean? Just because Brandon Moreno,
smiling Sam Alvey that just recently got dropped, right? And he went out on his shield. And the reason he went out on his shield is because before he went into that fight, he told the ref, "Hey, dude, let me go out on my shield. Just know that I could take some damage, but just let me go out on my shield if it goes down." And guess what? The ref, I think his name was Dominic Cruz. I don't remember, but his ref let him go on his shield.
All I know is he smelled like booze and cigarettes.
Yeah. Look, dude, I get it. And this is just one, because I'm a huge Brandon Moreno fan, right? And Austin, I completely understand intelligently defending yourself. Just because he was trying to move doesn't mean it was intelligent. He ate a lot of big shots. But look, like Rio says, you know, it was 50 shots that Yan Xiaonan took.
Yeah, that was
before,
crazy.
And the ref let it keep on going. I think she was out, and they like helped her up. I think carried her to the corner. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
But
she got beat up and choked out.
Let's get some consistency in there. I do think that it could have gone on just a little bit longer, maybe. Just a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, I can't fault Mark Smith for trying to protect Moreno in this situation. It was bad. He was flattened out multiple times.
And was he going to get out of that position, or was he going to end up in mount and eat 3 more shots and then it was going to be called? Who knows?
Guess we'll never know.
But
at the end of the day, Tatsuro Taira looked like an absolute animal.
Dude, he's so
either
good.
Way.
Even when he came over, we were like, oh, watch out, guys. This guy is going to be good. And he has delivered over and over and over again. He's so crafty on the ground. I think he's such an interesting matchup for Josh Van, because obviously Josh Van is going to light him up on the feet, I would imagine. The takedown threat might change that. I don't know. But if it goes to the floor, dude, I don't know. I don't know what Josh Van can do against someone like Tatsuro Taira on the ground, because
the thing is, Tatsuro Taira coming in too, and he loses, right? One of his first fights in the UFC against Brandon Royval, a split decision, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe he's not as good as everybody thought." He's freaking good.
It's like, hey, that's Brandon Royval, man. And the guys, he's so young, like he's still clearly. They even talked about it. They're like, dude, look at his chest. Like he's he's like still developing physically. You know what I mean? Like he's so young. So I don't count that loss against him. If anything, it probably made him better at this point, at that point of his career, you know?
And Akinsky saying, remember when Bobby Green took so many shots from Turner? Yeah, that was rough. And then Austin, you mean when a ref tried to let Bobby Green die? Look, the thing is that we just never know, right? Like if a Johnny Walker could get knocked out 3 times and bounce back up and be ready to fight, like we just don't know what the human body's capable of sometimes.
True. Yeah, true.
But
step back for Brandon Moreno. It's a bummer. But
no more title run, right? Like it's got to take something crazy. Like it's got to be a huge card in Mexico City, where he comes in as the alternate, somebody drops out, and in comes Moreno. Like that's the only thing I think that's gonna create another title shot opportunity for Moreno at this point.
And if Pantoja doesn't come back and get the belt back, I think with fresh blood with the belt, I think Moreno has a little bit of a better chance if you give him a fight like Horiguchi or something, and then if he wins that fight, he's still there. So, I mean, he's still good. So,
yeah.
All right. You know what was kind of weird though? DC was like, we knew when we saw Brandon Moreno for the first time that this kid was going to be special. And you're like, what do you mean? This guy got kicked out and then had to go on tough. And like, nobody thought. That was the crazy thing when he got the belt, was everyone was like, wow, nobody thought.
Maybe not today. Yeah. Maybe not tomorrow. And maybe not this next month. Yeah. But one thing I do promise.
Yeah.
So one of the best lines ever, dude.
What a fun era, dude. Moreno Phetjeeja. Oh, man.
Oh, I would still watch him every weekend if they were on every weekend.
Yeah, same.
Right? All right.
Yeah, let's move on.
Next fight. Payton Talbott versus Triple C. The man that kicked the episode off with the intro, Mr. Henry Cejudo. The end of an era.
Man.
King of cringe. Triple C. The messenger. So many nicknames. So many nicknames. But end of an era.
End of an era for sure. And, you know, I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest Henry Cejudo fan at the beginning. I didn't like the King of Cringe stuff. He won me over when he recorded the intro for us, I'll be honest. I thought he lost the first or the second fight against Mighty Mouse. I thought he lost that fight. But it's undeniable what he's done in the sport. In combat sports in general.
I was gonna say, don't leave out the gold medal, dude.
Yeah, no. How could he ever let me forget? But I think Henry Cejudo, man, for him to come back, and he takes a guy like Payton Talbott, and it was kind of a weird matchup when they announced it, because you're like, what? That's how you're gonna do it against a striker who we just saw get like kind of wrestle fucked by Raoni Barcelos of all people? Like, it was kind of a foregone conclusion. But then it's like, well, Henry's old, and like it's up a weight class from where he really should be. So like it's probably gonna be fine. And I don't want to diminish the fact that I think Payton Talbott has improved tremendously since that Raoni Barcelos fight. I think that opened his eyes a bit, and he really got to work.
He looked good in there. He looked good. And look, I want to address a couple of things. Well,
yes.
Anna Kinsky saying, you know, how does an Olympic wrestler get taken down so many times by somebody like Talbott? And look, the thing is, it's an Olympic gold medalist, but we're also talking about a 38-year-old Olympic gold medalist.
In the low weight class.
Yes, and he had a hard time making weight, right?
Always has.
Yes, but in reality, for his size, his height, his reach, he should be fighting at flyweight.
100%.
Like that. That's his perfect division. Fighting at bantamweight, even though he has a hard time making weight at bantamweight now. But again, 38 years old. How many times has he cut weight since he was probably a teen, right, in wrestling? So yeah, dude. I mean, he's got a lot of miles on him. And somebody else had said it on here, right? It's like, how do you rate Cejudo? Austin says, you know, this is a shadow of his former self.
Yes.
But James asks, how do you guys rate Cejudo? How do you rate Cejudo? Let's say all-time fighters out there.
He's in the top 10, I would imagine. I don't think he's anywhere close to the top, probably bottom top 10 for me. Look, and that might, because it's tough, because like you can look at resumes and you can look at like the skill set, right? Like, and like what we see, also Payton Talbott was celebrating when he got the takedown was hilarious. But
that was pretty funny.
So fun.
Look at Cejudo looking at him actually.
Can you imagine you take down Henry Cejudo? Of course you're gonna do that. I think the
also,
resume,
but also that's more disrespectful than I think Van celebrating after he won. Laying on top of a man like that in their guard, you're just like,
Yeah.
So funny.
Man, but I think like I said, I don't think he beat Mighty Mouse in the second fight. It was a close fight. I don't think it was a robbery by any means, but I had Mighty Mouse winning that fight. The Marlon Moraes fight was incredible. That was insane. The way he came back with the drop foot and everything, right? Was that fight? I think it was. The TJ fight means nothing to me. A strong gust of wind would have knocked out TJ in that fight. He clearly should not have been going down to flyweight.
Yeah.
He knocked out old man Dominic Cruz without any knees. So like that doesn't really mean much to me. He retired too early where we could have gotten good fights from him.
Yeah.
So like the resume doesn't really I don't rate the resume very highly. It's undeniable he got the belts, right? That's very impressive. But that all that said, he's still incredibly skilled and he's achieved so much greatness that just because the wins on paper for me don't have much weight to them, I don't want that to distract from the fact that he was incredibly skilled as a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. I still take
and improved rapidly.
I still take DJ over right in the flyweight division.
For me, it's not even close.
I still take Dom Cruz over Cejudo in the bantamweight division as far as their ranking goes for all time, right? So he's very good. Again, what he did in his combat sports career, amazing. I mean, who else can say gold medal in wrestling and double champ, right?
No one.
But look at the heart, man. Look at
to
the
go
heart,
out
taking
like
that
this.
knee. And how cool was it that he asked Dana, "Can I still get the 50 G's?" And Dana's like, "You're gonna get it. Don't worry. I was already planning on it."
He's like, "I might give it you anyways."
Turns out he got his win money.
Yes.
Instead of getting the 50K, right?
Which is probably pretty good.
It's got to be. What would you say? At least 250?
At least 250.
It's got to be. Right? Arlo, shout out Arlo's King.
Hey,
Rip Triple C, dude.
I mean,
look at that face in the background.
Dude, because Payton was cracking him, was lighting him up. And at one point you could see you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Max Holloway versus Korean Zombie, where Max was just picking him apart, hurting him with every punch he landed. And he went to his corner at the end of the round, and you could see the switch where Korean Zombie was like, you know what? I'm going to go out there. I'm going to try my best to knock this guy out. And I might get killed trying to do this, but I'm done trying to win this fight. I'm going to go out there to kill him, and maybe I'll get killed. That's kind of, I feel like you could see the switch in Henry Cejudo in this fight when he was like, you know what? I don't think I'm winning this fight. I don't think I'm going to beat him in a mixed martial arts fight. So I'm going to go try to crack him. And he stood there and threw bombs, and I got to respect him for that. At 38 years old, at a low weight class like this, you got to respect it.
Oh, man. Well, it was fun while it lasted. James asking, is the double champ thing overrated?
It can be. You got to take it case by case basis. It really can be. Some people get real favorable matchups, and they don't. Like the UFC will make it happen, and the stars will align for an easy double champ.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, Henry Cejudo double champ, how good was it?
Honestly, I would say like a 7 or 8. I think it was actually pretty good.
Conor McGregor double champ.
That was pretty good. His was pretty good. He didn't. I don't think he earned the Aldo fight, but he knocked him out. So who gives a fuck? And then the Eddie Alvarez fight was incredible. So yeah, his is pretty good, like 8 or 9 probably.
DC,
the best 10.
Oh, 10 out of 10.
That's my favorite double champ. It's the name. His name is double champ, for God's sakes. Is it DC?
DC. Oh,
no,
this
is also off the cuff. Who fucking knows? I'm gonna look back and be like, what was I thinking? GSP 20.
All right. Anything else?
No, we're 45 minutes in. We got to cover a whole other event.
All right, we're gonna go quickly with these. Next fight: Jan Błachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. The org.
Shout out.
I know that sci-fi stuff.
What's that?
I know that sci-fi stuff. The orc, right?
What'd you call him?
Orc? Isn't that what it is?
He's a pale orc, dude. That's Azog did the filer right there.
Yeah,
but I wanted to give Jan a shout out for this weigh-in. It reminded me of the other Polish champ, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Remember back in the day, she used to be all fucking weird with the weigh-ins. So creepy.
Because she wanted to make sure there was eye contact.
Yeah, she's like, don't you look down.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Cool. Reminded me of that. And Jan Błachowicz, And at the start of the fight, he's like, and just so you guys know, Jan Błachowicz told me he cannot lift weights anymore because his shoulder's so fucked. And you're like, oh, great. We're about to go see him walk out against a guy who hits hard as fuck.
Oh, man.
But Jan Błachowicz is crafty as hell, man. And despite getting dropped there in that second round and a clear 10-8 round from Bogdan, he fought smart in the first round, got hurt bad in the second, and just fucking bit down and got a knockdown at the end of the third round to secure that thing. To secure that draw, and it was a cool performance. I love Jan Błachowicz, man. I really do like the guy.
Dark arts, dude.
Dark arts, that voodoo,
Master of dark arts,
like a suicide rope or some shit, like a noose from like a forest or something.
Yeah, he kept a piece.
Yeah,
of the noose from the person that you found hanging from suicide. Like he kept that piece because it was good luck.
Legendary Polish power, dude.
And then he goes on a legendary run after that.
At like 40 years old.
I mean, what else could it be other than dark arts?
Yeah,
all
love
right.
the guy.
Anything else?
No. Shout out to
all right. Now we're gonna move on here to friend of the podcast, Terrance McKinney versus Chris Duncan.
It's kill or be killed, man. It always is.
Always with McKinney.
Yeah, it always is. This fight starts, and if you haven't seen Chris Duncan versus Charlie Campbell, it's very similar where just both guys are getting cracked and hurt. Terrance McKinney walks across the cage, steps up with a knee and cracks him in the face immediately, and then is putting it on him. And Chris Duncan's just trying to stay there and throw back, but he's getting lit up. And then eventually he does land. You're like, God damn it, Terrance.
I know, man. I know. And at first, so Terrance rocks Duncan. Man. At first, he's being patient, right? And he's picking his shots. Like he smacks him. Duncan goes up against the cage, and Terrance bounces back and waits for Duncan to throw something. And then he comes back and hits him with another right. And I was like, okay, here we go. And then we'll start getting a little wild. You know what I mean? And look, dude, McKinney, here for a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Not a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then so
shortly after that, Chris Duncan lands this elbow that just shuts his body off and then lands like a million punches up against the fence. And then McKinney kind of gave him this anaconda. And there's no shame in that. And he's like, please.
Here for a good time.
Choke me out.
Not a long time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. We're here for it. Still a friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
No matter what. So
Anakin said, should they run this fight back? I think that's for the Jan Błachowicz fight. I don't
know. It's for this one. Let's run this one back. Let's do it. That was a lot of fun.
Once a month, let's do it.
And also, I don't appreciate our producer Richie Casual in the background saying, except it's not sci-fi, it's fantasy. Whatever.
Heavy says Warhammer 40K.
Hey, shout out to Heavy. That's my girl right there, dude. Got my back. I appreciate you, Heavy. I don't know what Warhammer 40K is, but I agree with you 100%. I agree with you 100%.
I hope that shit gets made, actually.
All right, next fight, Edson Barboza versus Jalin Turner, the return of the Tarantula.
Yeah, dude. I mean, man, Edson looked good early. He cracks him with like a left hook.
Like in the first 30 seconds,
First 30 seconds. And then Jalin cracks him with an elbow. Shout out to Evie. Again, she's going to like these pictures because...
Oh, no.
Look at that shit, dude.
Look at that gnarly picture. Oh, my God.
He elbowed him on the top of the head, and it was pouring blood, dude.
Shout out Chris Unger. What a shot.
I know. What a shot.
Wow.
Man. And Edson was there for it until he wasn't because Jalin Turner kept putting it on him. And he never actually went out. Edson Barboza is made of, I don't know what he's made of. He's like 40 years old also and still shredded and is just, look at this picture, dude. I mean, great fucking photography.
Bloody mess, dude. Bloody mess.
Man, Jalin Turner stayed on him, got the finish. You could see the emotion pour out. Because he retired. He was like, I guess I'm not doing this. And then came back, gets a win like this. Got to feel so good.
Evie approves, by the way. Amazing. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Good stuff. All right. And then I believe the last fight we're going to cover for UFC 323 was Baraniewski versus Aslan.
I mean, come on. Sloppy
Every
banger
fight needs a sloppy banger, dude. Every card needs a sloppy banger. I think so. I mean, it's up there. It's up there.
What beats it?
They said it was like a bar fight with a couple guys that know how to fight.
Yeah, that's basically what it was, dude. I'm trying to find here we go. Watch this shit, everybody. If you missed this fight because it was on the prelims, I'm sorry.
Boom. Big right. Aslan
trade knockdowns already.
Right.
I mean, look at this shit, dude.
Just hooking, man, from the hip.
Yeah, and then he gets dropped.
Boom, Aslan gets dropped. Eats a
And
couple
now
shots
he's
to
on
the
him.
temple.
And then they reset for a bit. And then the finale was this big shot right here. About 30 seconds later, bam, another right hook, and then he falls on him with his punch.
And he dribbles his head off the mat.
Fucking incredible.
Fun. It was a lot of fun.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Austin says my stream froze right when this fight started. It unfroze right as Barboza got finished.
No.
Bummer. But yeah, this fight was awesome. If anybody missed this, go back and watch this fight. This is going to be on, I mean, fucking.
Hey, and you know what, Will? For everybody in the chat, go through, because Will and I were texting back and forth, right? And we were talking about the announcers.
Commentary.
Right? The commentary, yes. Will, you did not approve of the commentary.
It wasn't what I would want in a fight like this.
Yeah.
I'll make my case. And everybody knows you're old man Ramiro, but I'm also very much old man Will for a lot of things.
You are an old soul.
Yeah. So for me, I didn't enjoy the commentary. And this is so nitpicky because the fight was incredible, right? But just for the sake of the argument, we boiled it down to there's two types of commentary. One that prioritizes what commentary that can add to how epic a fight is, and then commentary that can add to how fun a fight is. And I think both of them have their place. But initially I was unhappy with the commentary because I wanted this fight. This fight could have been even more epic, because if you watch a fight like Travis Brown versus Andre Arlovski, which is very similar, where they're both just trading knockdowns, wild first round, Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan stay in the fucking pocket because every punch that lands, Goldberg is assigning it. A left hook from Arlovski, the back fist again, and now he's down. They're trading, they stayed in the pocket, and it adds to just the awe of the moment. Whereas in this fight, they're cracking up. The whole team is cracking up, and it's, for me, a little bit too much like how we would be doing a fight companion. It's like an alternate stream, like a Twitch commentary type thing, not a professional commentators doing their job to commentate the fight. It's like friends hanging out and they happen to be mic'd up. That's how I thought.
Yes. And for me, I was like, that's exactly what your boy wants. I want to, this is pure entertainment. I have a couple guys who look like they are in a bar fight, but that know how to fight, right? And I feel like I'm watching it with a couple of buddies. And I remember, man, the beautiful thing about the commentators is that they're fans, first and foremost. Whether it's right or wrong, I just, the fact that they're enjoying it happen, the excitement of them watching it happen, passes over to me, and I'm like, hey, now that was fun, right? That was fun. And I get it, yes, because there are some really good calls where you're like, oh my God, what was it that John Anik said right before Leon Edwards won?
Oh, but that is not the cloth from which he is cut.
Yes, and boom. And then so there's certain things that are said like that where it's like, man, that made it legendary. But also, when we go back and watch this, I'm probably not gonna go back this and watch it raw. I'm gonna watch it back with sound in the background, dramatic music. Give me the Rocky beat in the background. That's how I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be legendary that way. But I enjoy the commentators having fun with it, and it helps me have fun. So I'm asking everybody in the chat. We're gonna move on from this, but everybody in the chat, go through, let us know, what do you think? Do you want the fun commentators, right, where they're kind of hysterical as well? They're screaming, they're laughing, they're having a good time. Or do you want the serious commentators where they're going through and they're talking blow for blow like a Goldberg, right?
Yeah, Goldberg, Ray Flores, really good at it too.
Oh, shout out Ray Flores, dude, the homie. Yeah. I wonder if his Bears won today.
I don't know.
We'll have to look it up. But
yes,
yes,
have him on.
Everybody
have him on.
Drop it in the chat. Let us know.
Yes.
Will, let us know. Is there a moment of silence for this one, or are we going straight to bonuses?
No canceled fights on this card. Made it through.
How often does that happen? They're like, you know what? This is the last pay-per-view. Everybody better make it to this.
Better show up.
Better show up. That's right. But yes, go through. Let us know monies.
Yes, bonuses. One fight we didn't even talk about. Manuel Torres knocked out Grant Dawson. Very cool fight. It's just it's too many. We can't talk about them all. And then, yes, I mean, we just talked about it. Of course, you get a bonus for, what was it, 3 knockdowns in the fight? And he got knocked down twice, I think. I mean, you got to get a bonus. And then fight of the night.
You wouldn't give it to both guys?
I hope they did. Dana said they're going to throw a lot of money around on this night. The official bonuses were pretty lackluster, in my opinion. But
they got an advance on the Paramount money?
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, we're making $1 billion January 1st. So, but yeah, and then of course, main event got the fight of the night. Arguably, it's up there for fight of the year. I think it's in contention. Incredible.
Fantastic. All right. Do we cover what we have going on next week with them, or do you want to wait until the very end?
Yeah, we'll do a stream for the UFC next weekend. How about that? And then we're 55 minutes in. We're only going to talk about a few fights on this next one, but
all right. We also had one fight night 38, right? So we'll start covering that right now. And if anybody's just joining us, thank you for joining us as we're covering one fight night 38. It's my boy Will. My name is Romero. And we cover all things combat sports. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that fun stuff. And we'll get right into it if you like, Will. How about that?
Let's do it, my guy.
Petr versus Fabricio de Andrade.
Dude, right off the bat, Enkh-Orgil. I think everybody, shout out the One Championship Discord. I think everybody in the Discord loves this guy. We've all been super hyped on him because he's just been out there. He's like, dare I say, the Mongolian Merab. And let's go slow on the pictures here, Rich. But hey, what an upset. So stoked. This was arguably, it's like, shout out to the homie Nick Atkin too, was just saying this might be the biggest upset in one history. It's up there because Fabricio de Andrade is a sniper. I mean, the fight with Lineker, Kwan Il knocked him out twice. Like, he's so good. He's such a dangerous striker. And Enkh-Orgil, I think he's 38. I believe he's 38, 37 maybe, at a lower weight class. But he's just been out there marauding people. Just
marauding people?
Marauding. Well, we might as well call it marauding, right?
Marauding, that's what I'm saying.
But, well, not after last night.
Damn.
Hey, he called him pure yawning people.
Not the same. Not
so stupid. But he's just been he started on Friday fights. So he's not even on the fight nights, the prime fight nights for one. And he's just been working so hard. Just, you could tell he puts so much into it. It's not like he's out there getting flashy head kick knockout 30 seconds into the fight. Like, this dude's putting in work in these fights. He's beating people up. And just tenacity, raw tenacity. And he has a setback against, was it Artem Belloc? I think it was. I could be wrong on that. I'm not going to look it up. But he comes back. He's been putting on, getting wins. And then he goes on Netflix's Physical 100, right? On Team Mongolia. Robert Whittaker's on there. Superbone, I believe, was on there as well. And he becomes like a sensation. Now everybody's talking about him because the show's so big. And even Robert Whittaker is posting videos with him on Instagram. I'm like, no shit, dude. That's my guy, Enkh-Orgil. He's becoming a star. And then they give him the title shot. And I'm like, fuck it. Yes, dude. Like, he's doing it. But it's a tough task. There's a big mountain to climb in Fabricio de Andrade. And if we can get into it, the fight starts and he's right on the gas. Like, he's going to be in on the takedowns. And Fabricio de Andrade just out muscles him. And I'm like, oh no. And then he creates some space and just bam, slips with an elbow, drops him. He gets back up. I believe the next, there's the elbow that drops him. And then the next picture shows the right hand. Immediately after he got up, he hits him with the right hand, and that drops him again. And I'm like, no, the mountain might be too high. But he stuck with it, man. I mean, just an all-time gutsy performance. What did you think watching this?
Dude, it was super exciting. Spinning heel kick, by the way, right?
Yeah. Like 45 seconds after getting dropped.
It looked like it landed a lot more flush than I see here. Either way, super cool to land it in the middle of the fight, right? And especially since Fabricio de Andrade was doing such a good job of landing when they were getting in close.
Oh, yeah.
And for him to land this, dude, look at the distance we're in.
I know, dude. I know.
That's insane. That's insane. But, as the fight started going on, you see Andrade starting to wilt a little bit.
Yes. And that's the thing. Like, Enkh-Orgil, like, he was getting picked apart. Like, Andrade was doing such a good job of, like, he'd stick him with the jab, 1-2, and then back up, circle away. 1-2, back up, circle away. Step in with a knee to the body, which is, he's so good at it. We've seen him get finishes with that. Saw him break John Lineker's cup with that. That's how hard he knees. Literally broke his cup.
Yeah.
And Enkh-Orgil was just eating everything. to just walk him down, put his hands on him, and eventually grab him and try to take him down. And like you said, eventually Andrade started slowing down, and Enkh-Orgil didn't. He's the Mongolian Merab, dude. He's out there just Merabing people.
I picture the old Mongolian army just being full of dudes like this, man. Can you imagine that?
This guy comes into your village on horseback.
You're done.
You're done.
You're done, son.
It's over.
You're done, bro. Come on.
Just man. I mean, I truly this weekend I think is like what mixed martial arts is about, because we had in the UFC main event Merab versus Petr Yan, and in this fight Fabricio de Andrade versus Enkh-Orgil Baatarkhuu, two fights that I think a lot of people thought were kind of a foregone conclusion, and instead what we ended up getting was a full showcase of what mixed martial arts is, with grappling, with striking, takedown defense, big offensive takedowns, sweeps, reversals, submission attempts, damage, blood, and then also against all the odds, people achieving greatness. And I think all of that this weekend in both these main events just really encapsulates what's so goddamn cool about mixed martial arts.
By the way, even Enkh-Orgil's picture on Tapology, classic.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I'll look it up right now.
He looks so wholesome and happy, even though he has blood all over his face,
dude,
with his hair all over the place.
How about we can go a couple pictures? So
Stop. No, don't tell me you're gonna talk about when his family or like everybody just starts hugging him while he's sitting on the side, because that got me.
Dude, okay, so he gets the rear naked choke, I think in the third or fourth round. What was it? Fourth round. Gets the rear naked choke after he gets a takedown and starts beating Andrade up. Andrade's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Posts to try to get up. Slips the choke in. Immediately gets the tap. Yep. You can see the squeeze here is nasty.
Good.
He wins the fight. Holy shit! And no one does it better than one, where they're presenting the belt. The gold confetti's everywhere.
So good.
There's a picture in here, Rich, of him getting the belt. I mean, where he looks at it. I mean, look at this. He's looking up at the confetti. How big is this moment? And then he's looking at the belt, and it's shining on him like it's the goddamn briefcase in Pulp Fiction.
Look at that.
I mean, look at that picture with his face swollen. He's bleeding. I mean, just absolutely incredible. And then, like you said, they're doing the interview. He gets $50,000. He's struggling to hold the belt. The first thing he says in the interview, by the way, is props to Andrade. He's so good. Nobody's ever hit me like that.
Yeah.
And you can see it's 30 fucking pounds, the belt, and he's like struggling to keep holding it because he's exhausted. And that's how you know this guy left it all out there to get the finish. Yeah. And he's got nothing left. So he sits down and he's got the belt and everybody's around him while he's sitting there with, I mean, come on, dude.
But for me, it was also like as soon as Andrade taps, you hear the bell, ding, ding, ding. And then he just sits back against the ropes for a little bit. Like, did this really just happen? And then they're jumping in through the ropes and they're giving him big old hugs. And like, he's just looking up at him like, dude, is this really like, did this really happen? It was so good. So good.
So good. And it's so wholesome. And like, it's so, I think, big for everybody. If it's big for Mongolia, the president posted about it. The president of Mongolia posted about it.
Oh, okay.
And not our president.
That'd be so funny
say about it. Oh man! But like Anonymous says, they can make a movie about this guy. I mean, the story is incredible.
Yeah.
The year that he's had, coming from Friday Fights, grinding. He goes on Netflix, and now he's a huge star worldwide. He gets a title shot, and puts on not just the best fight of the night. For one of the best mixed martial arts fights of the year altogether. I mean, this fight had everything.
Yeah.
And including an upset. Like, holy shit. So yeah, just to see that it's so big for one. I don't know what they're going to do next with him, but his first title defense is going to be crazy. Nick was telling us that he got to the arena and he was like, holy shit, there's lots of people here already. And then he realized the Mongolians came.
Yeah.
They are here. And
That
you can
is
see
awesome.
him talking about how proud he is to become a Mongolian champion. And it cuts to the audience, and there's Mongolians out there with the flags, and they're like, it's just, you see stuff like this. Mongolia doesn't have a ton of representation, in sports in general, let alone even combat sports. So to see this guy he becomes a star on Netflix, and then he gets this belt in a grueling fight where he got dropped twice in the first like minute of the fight, and then he goes and chokes him out in the 4th round, and he gets a bonus.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so good.
Yeah,
so cool.
Awesome. Okay, anything else on that main event?
Yes, Blunderbob says, a people blessed by eternal blue sky. Come on, dude. Inject it into my veins.
Poetic. That's so poetic, dude.
God.
Money.
I love the sport. Follow us on Blue Sky.
Rich.
Oh, perfect.
Our producer never missing an opportunity to promote. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, we will move on. We're just gonna cover 2 more fights from this card.
More fights.
We
Sorry,
had Aliff versus Ondash.
Aliff, man. How old are these guys, by the way? 19 and 21, I think. Aliff is 21. Ondash is 19 years old.
Dude, I'm such a big Ondash fan after this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like in a loss, still so good.
Yes.
What won you over for him? Like what was it?
His tenacity.
Yeah.
And look, I know he's young, and you could see it in the way that he fights, in the sense that like his emotions take over, and he's putting himself in situations he probably doesn't need to be putting himself in.
Yes.
Not the smartest approaches at times, but I think it's just because he's super emotional. He's trying to figure out how to control that, right?
Yes.
But
you know how he controls it right now?
How?
Putting it into these hands.
Oh my God, dude. It's insane. And you could see the giant mark under his left rib from catching that body kick over and over again and just throwing that hard right. There's
sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No. I was just going to say, so he eats that kick, right? Or he grabs that kick and he just gets clocked with a left hook or a right hook from Aliff. So he drops it.
Long.
He's going at him again. Aliff throws another one, catches it, puts his hand up this time, blocks it, and then pins him up against the corner and just lands like 4 shots. And I was like, God, he's just so aggressive. So fun to watch.
And that was sick because I think there's a picture of it where Aliff, he catches Aliff's kick it's still landing to the body, but he's catching it. And Aliff is still able to, because he's so long, punch him with the right hand. I think it's got to be here somewhere. There it is. But like you said, the next time he did it, he grabbed him and just drove him into the corner, and he just bam, right hand of his own, bam, right hand of his own.
Yep.
And how much of a dog is Aliff to be sitting there on one leg, and those shots are coming in, and he's just just eating them, dude. Just trying to headbutt him, basically.
But that was the entire fight. They were just trading shot after shot. Oh, that flying knee.
Until this.
Right. Was that the start of the 3rd? I think it was.
Being tall is OP in Muay Thai. Yes. Up until this point, rounds 1 and 2 were fairly close. I think that Aliff was winning the fight regardless, but it was competitive, right? So, and you never really know what the judges are seeing. But then they saw this.
That flying knee. Boom.
Oh my God, dude. And at that point, and then he does it again to the body. They don't call that one a knockdown, though.
He's like, nah, that was a slip, bro.
Yeah, but that first one, about as flush as you could land it.
But the way he bounced back too to end,
that's what I was gonna say.
Round, like he started landing some huge shots.
Because at that point he knows, like the first 2 rounds, you're like, well, maybe those are close rounds. Maybe I'm winning, especially in the fight. You don't know, right? You don't know how people are seeing it. Maybe you won those first 2 rounds, but you get dropped. If you get dropped in one, it's pretty much you got to get one back because they don't do draws. 10-8 round. Even if you won the first 2, if it's a draw on the scorecards, they're going to give it to the guy who had the knockdown. So he knows, well, shit, now I got to get this back. And some people in those situations don't go for it the same way that Ondash did. Some people
left it all out there.
Will keep fighting the fight that they were fighting, and hopefully something comes together. Ondash said, fuck that. I got to go get this back. And he's out there throwing bombs at him. And Aliff, he fought very well. It's a very impressive win for Aliff. You know, he was supposed to be getting a Muay Thai title fight against Prajanchai. And they even brought him in the ring, remember? And we were like, no, you have to do John DeBella first. And so they do John DeBella in kickboxing. And then they booked this fight. And I'm like, oh, man, Aliff, I thought maybe was just going to wait so that he could get, because Prajanchai was the double champ, right? Muay Thai and kickboxing. I thought they'll do their kickboxing fight. John DeBella won that. Shout out the homie. And then he'll come back to Muay Thai to defend the Muay Thai belt against Aliff because he's the #1 contender. And they did the face-off. And then they booked this fight, and I'm like, Ondash is dangerous, dude. That's that's a risky. You got to defend the title contention or
Yeah.
the contender status, and Ondash is dangerous, but we did it.
Anonymous saying would have loved a 4th round. So would have Ondash.
Yeah, Aliff
So
probably not so much.
No. He was glad it was over. All right.
Yeah.
We will move on, and the last fight we're going to cover is Phetjeeja versus Martyna.
Oh man, Martyna's cool, dude. When she first came on the scene, for one, I was like, "Oh, she's good," and she still is. But Phetjeeja's on another level, man.
I mean, the power that she carries.
And we've seen her do it in kickboxing, and it's been a while since Muay Thai. Well, she's starting to get some more Muay Thai fights in one, and it's borderline abuse letting her fight in 4-ounce gloves. She's so good. Her boxing is so good.
Put her in a striking match with somebody from the UFC. Who beats her?
Oh man,
straight striking.
Yeah. Straight striking?
Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
It's crazy.
It's not happening.
Best female fighters in the world. One. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Anonymous says Phetjeeja's pound for pound best female striker in the world in any sport. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you, Anonymous. I'm with you. 100%. Phenomenal performance. The left hook, dangerous. The head kick, even though it was blocked, still gets through.
And you could see the way she went down from the head kick, even though it was blocked. That wasn't like a pity knockdown. There's the left hook. Like the way her legs went out.
Into it, man, so good.
She shut her legs off, even through the guard.
Damn, that gift right there. That's hilarious.
Does it have the high kick on this? I think maybe it does. Oh, there it is.
Boom, there it is. There it is.
I mean, dude, just 3 knockdowns, gets the win. Blunderbuff says, book Alicia now. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Alicia Rodriguez. Let's do this. By the way, my wife was sitting on the couch. Is that one? She goes, that girl got her ass beat. And I was like, yeah, she did. Yeah. Poor Martyna.
And you know what was crazy? That fight, that right there, she landed that teep to the face. And I was like, oh, that's nice. But then before she could even bring it back, but she's just dumping her like, you really think you can just teep me in the face and I'm not going to fucking dump you? Like, it's just, she's so good, dude. She's so good. And Martyna's good, you know?
Yeah.
She's a good fighter. She's dangerous. Her volume is crazy. And she just could not.
Hey, shout out to Quality Laundromat, by the way.
Yeah.
On Phetjeeja Shorts. That's actually a clever name. Instead of quality, Quality. That's good. That's really good, actually. And Akinski agrees.
Yeah. Austin says, man, I always knew Phetjeeja would win, but I thought this would be a lot more competitive than it was. Phetjeeja has insane precision and timing. The shot selection makes her power so much more effective. Yeah, she clearly understands striking better than most people. It's just, yeah, Mehdi said he wants Phetjeeja versus Alicia in February. Do it. Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for? When are they going to Qatar? Does Anonymous, do you know the Qatar's supposed to be when? Because is that February or March? Because 174 is back in Japan, or 175 I think is back in Japan, right? Is that what they're doing?
Is it?
I believe so, and that's in April. 1175 is April 2nd. 1174 allegedly Qatar, who knows? Let's do it.
Why not? All right.
If we go back to Qatar, there's rumors, right? It's not confirmed. It's not on their website or anything. Mystery location, yeah. The only place I could think of is Qatar, or maybe it's Bangkok or Impact Arena in Bangkok. But fuck it, either way. Phetjeeja, let's do it. Come on.
When are they coming back to the U.S. again?
They have it listed on June 25th in Denver.
June 25th in Denver. Okay.
So let's have her versus Alicia on 1174, and then bring her to America because I'd like to see her fight in person. That'd be very cool.
All right. Well, that's all we're going to be covering. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We had a lot of y'all joining. It makes it so fun whenever y'all get to hop on. By the way, Rich, do we have the results for the little thing that you had on there? Do people prefer laid back commentary, serious commentary?
I'm in the minority. Damn it.
Now you know how I feel.
Yeah.
All right. But shout out to everybody. Thank you for joining us. Seriously, it makes it so fun. But for anybody that's tuning in for the first time, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, goes a long way. If you don't like watching through YouTube, I don't know why you wouldn't, because we actually get to check out some of the clips and we show pictures, right, to reference. But if you like listening another way, they can, right, Will?
Yeah, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Podcasts. Anywhere podcasts are found, we're on there if you just want the audio. But like Ramiro said, YouTube is the way to go. We're also streaming video on Twitch, but YouTube's the best way to interact. That's where we post our interviews. That's where we post, obviously, the live stream. You can hop in the chat. And then follow us on social media. It's just at Story the Fight on everything. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Twitch, Blue Sky, storythefight.com. We'll list it all. Click through, hit follow, hit subscribe.
Yeah, and I hope you guys really know how awesome this community is. Like
really cool.
Will and I were super excited to hop on this one because there's a lot of exciting fights. And it's not just us talking to each other about the fights, but it's talking to you all about the fights as well. That makes it so fun. So thank you for making the show that much better. And one special shout out to our boy, none other than Richard Bustos in the background, our producer. Thank you, Rich. I really appreciate you letting me know the difference between sci-fi and fantasy. And thank you, everybody else, for joining us for another week of Story of the Fight.